For those who don't know, give us your elevator pitch, 60 seconds. What does Dillian's technology solve?
Yeah. So in Dillian we do autonomy in the sense that answers the question of the modern battlefield. We create both software and hardware, and we build complete autonomous turnkey surveillance systems for answering the problems of large-scale surveillance in land borders, in marine borders, and also in critical infrastructure. Pulling out of the loop the operator of sensors and commands and control systems, and creating the landscape in order to foster decision making for the end user.
So you started in defense first, correct?
That is correct. We started in defense first in terms of R&D, but our first clients were in the dual use domain.
That is really interesting. When did you realize that your technology had that dual use capability? Was it the client or before?
It is the way you listen to the problem that comes from the client, and you understand the meaning behind it, and you see the overlap between military ISR and problems that critical infrastructure clients have. So, for example, when you do land border surveillance and you check for military threats, it's almost the same like securing an oil and gas pipeline. So you have the same threats that can be applied into both worlds.
Okay, I'm keeping overlap and listen to the problem that the client has.
Exactly.
Okay, defense used to scare off investors, but now we're seeing more and more attraction. What do you think changed, and how are you guys capitalizing on this?
I think two things changed. The one is the current geopolitical landscape, unfortunately, but it's true. And the second is that deep tech is now following a development cycle as fast as software. So those two things match. And investors are definitely having in their mind investing into defense technology. And we're capitalizing on that by securing funds that accelerate our R&D process and makes us stand into the forefront of innovation when it comes to defense and dual-use technology.
And where is your dual-use multiplier? Like, where does a euro spent on R&D, how does that pay off in the civilian market?
Basically, when you invest into defense technology and when we create algorithms or complete systems with sensors that are used for defense purposes, you require robustness, and this robustness builds confidence into the commercial market. So when you deliver a system that can do something great for a defense client, then it makes total sense to also foster the same solution into the commercial market. So every euro we spend into developing algorithms and search and fusion AI for defense purposes translates into commercial confidence, basically.
Tell us if have you had like a technical breakthrough that made you think, wow, baby, we can take this global, you know?
So I think that breakthrough is basically interoperability. What most companies do is they create closed-loop systems. What we have tried to do is to build an open architecture around the system, so we can connect heterogeneous sensors and multiple other systems in what we do, and this gives us the ability to culturally bind our technology into diverse markets internationally, because not all markets, basically defense groups around the world do have legacy systems, and they don't want to deprecate those systems and buy always new closed loop ones, and also they want to keep their own capabilities inside. That's what we bring, and that's a key differentiator against the competition in what we do.
You know, Alex, we know each other, right, from the network of the endeavor. Did you know that interoperability is one of my favorite words?
No, I didn't know that, but I imagined that.
Well, that's why we like each other, probably. Okay. Yeah. Next question. How do you stay fast when your average buyer is pretty slow? How do you stay fast or go fast without breaking trust?
So that's true. procurement cycles in the defense sector are crazy slow. I think the key component here is to engage early into the conversation with them, not just presenting a system or a product as a solution to a generic need, but building a solution, a specific configuration against the requirement of the user. So it's like working with them for a long period of time before you go ahead and procure something and get a contract, in order to build trust, test the system, and then deliver a complete solution.
All right, last question. Finish this sentence. Greece will surprise the world in dual-use innovation when it finally does what?
When it finally backs and supports the Hellenic defense ecosystem by bold procurement and not only good intentions.
I have a follow-up.
Go ahead.
Define bold procurement that is also governmentally responsible.
Oh, that's a very big discussion. So, current procurement system is built for transparency. And it's based also on EU laws and then national laws that are based on the EU laws. Unfortunately, this creates a loophole for large corporations and companies that have multiple contracts so far in this market to foster a relationship with the end user and procure stuff for themselves in a way, and then the game is rigged, through bureaucracy and not through transparent testing and evaluation of technology. Bold procurement, as a statement, should be not changing the transparency in a way that things are not anymore done correctly, but in a way that we it's the evolution of procurement into actually testing and doing pilot programs with new systems. And this will benefit not only the companies that are newcomers and new companies in the market, but also the end user, who will end up having the ability to use and test new systems that are out there that with the old way of procuring, it should take like 3 years for them to get their hands on them.
All right. Thank you, Alex. We
Thank you,
appreciate
Georgia.
you being here.
Always. It's always a pleasure. Thank you, everyone.